What's up, internet? That's already taken. What is up, YouTube? That's also already taken. Is it possible to still have like a unique internet intro these days? I feel like all the good ones are taken. So I'm not gonna try and be unique. All I wanna say is hello. I hope you're doing well. So if you're not familiar with Crate Club, essentially what this is a tactical subscription box. So they have like 4 different tiers: Lieutenant, Captain, Major, and General. And each tier is bigger and better than the previous one. And the idea is that every single month you get cool tactical stuff delivered to your door. I know the idea of tactical is a little bit subjective. And also I think it's almost a little bit overused. And it's a lot of people kind of poke fun at it too, but the reality that tactical just kind of means it's useful. It has a purpose, and I think a lot of the products that Crate Club sends out have a very specific uses, and some of them have very general uses, which really increases the utility of the products themselves. So if you like tactical stuff, if you like useful stuff, if you see yourself as a useful person, you're probably gonna find what's inside this box pretty interesting. This is their major crate. I think there's 6 items in here, so it is packed to the brim with some very useful items, some of which are pretty EDC, some of which are specifically for emergency uses only. But either way, let's get into it. Let's check it out. I'm gonna go ahead and just start out with a handsaw. The Stand Sport Survival Chainsaw. Want to pack the immense power of a chainsaw without the weight, danger, and fuel? This portable pocket saw features a 25-inch chain with 11 bi-directional teeth anchored to 2 multi-purpose paracord handles. The flexible self-cleaning design cuts through the branches, logs, and even whole trees. The paracord handles provide strong, comfortable grip, and each handle also doubles as a source of up to 16 inches of paracord. With pocket saws like this, there is no need for fuel, batteries, or reliance on a power source. Not to mention, no hearing protection required. Here it is. If you are a subscriber and you received this box, your actual chainsaw came in a little box like this. Inside your little box like this is a little pouch like this, and inside this little pouch like this is a little chainsaw that looks like this. And here you go. So this bad boy can cut through whatever you think you're strong enough to manually cut through. I think products like this are super interesting, not because they're better than your regular chainsaw, but because it's different and actually has some advantages that the average person probably would not think about. So first of all, chainsaws are loud and they require gas or electricity, which means that you have to rely on a power source, and sometimes those power sources can be scarce. When it comes to a manual chainsaw like this, you are the power source, meaning that you can continue to use this until you get tired or until you actually tear these chains apart. You think about certain situations. I live in the Southeast where we just had a series of terrible hurricanes, and a lot of people were left without power. Some people were utilizing what little fuel they had for generators to keep their homes powered, to keep their food cold, whatever it is, right? You probably don't want to dedicate that precious fuel to a chainsaw to cut through the branches and leaves that are now covering your front yard. In that sort of situation, a tool like this would be helpful because you can just go outside and go to work without having to waste that precious fuel. Same thing, if you happen to have an electric chainsaw, you don't have access to power, you're not going to be able to charge those batteries, this is going to be a better alternative. Are you going to cut through like, you know, a 24-inch thick tree with these, kind of like I did in this demo video here? Probably not, but you can try. So I think it's super useful. The handles themselves are very comfortable. Like we said, you actually have 16 inches. I don't know why they came up with 16 inches. I feel like there's gotta be a lot more than 16 inches of paracord wrapped up inside these handles, but they are here in case you want to disassemble them and use the handles for anything else. Super convenient, not loud, and at the end of the day, I think a lot of people also just don't trust themselves with regular gas-powered or electric chainsaws, because let's be honest, they're kind of dangerous. And if that's not the route you want to go, you want something small and portable to take on your campsite, or just to have as part of your go bag or emergency kit, this is going to be a good item to do that. So that is the Stand Sport Survival Chainsaw. On to the next product. The XL Emergency Fire Blanket. House fires happen. In fact, approximately 359,000 occur in the USA alone every single year. Be prepared with the XL Emergency Fire Blanket from Prepared Hero. At 23 square feet, this extra large fire blanket is an absolute non-negotiable safety tool that every home should have. While fire extinguishers are a great option, they're heavy, messy, non-reusable, complex, and they expire. Fire blankets like this are lightweight, reusable, easy to use, and never expire. A quick release system allows a user to open and deploy the blanket quickly. Furthermore, this fire blanket is large enough to wrap around yourself, your family members, or even pets to keep them safe from flames. I think that this is an excellent item that every single house, apartment, whatever it is, should have. Check it out. So here she is. This is the XL fire blanket from Prepared Hero. Prepared Hero, I did some research on these guys, super knowledgeable. I love everything that they offer. They just care. They think about the end user and they make quality products so that people like you and me can be safe. Best of all, designed in the USA and constructed with woven fiberglass. So this fire blanket does offer advantages beyond a regular fire extinguisher. Let's be honest, the average person doesn't even have like a fire extinguisher in their house, but this is a great alternative. It doesn't expire. The average person probably doesn't even know that fire extinguishers expire, but they do. They have to be maintained and then replaced when they expire, right? Because the insides are not going to be good or pressurized like they should be. Also, if you do find yourself in the event of a house fire and you have to use a fire extinguisher, they make an incredible mess. In fact, it's like not the same because that powdery substance gets into crevices in your home, especially because you're likely to spray around a fireplace or a stove. That powdery substance can get its way into cracks and crevices and it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be clean, assuming that your whole house didn't get burned down in the process. Fire blankets like this are great because you can cover whatever is on fire. It's going to choke out that fire source and prevent the fire from spreading. Super cool. So two things to really think about if you want to have something like this inside your house. And both of those things are really accessibility. So you have this one little eyelet here on the top. What this is for is hanging the fire blanket somewhere that is easily accessible. I think the most common place you're gonna see it is inside the cabinet door underneath the sink or whatever cabinet door is most near your oven. So in the event of a fire, you don't have to go run to the garage and go find your Prepared Hero fire blanket. It's just right there next to the stove itself. So this should be hanging up. You're gonna notice that it has these black ties hanging out from the bottom. That is intentional. And the idea here is that you simply grab these and pull and the whole thing comes out. That was my two things, right? Accessibility, making sure that the entire unit is accessible and then making sure that the blanket can be easily pulled from the shell, case, what do you want to call this? Packet, using the black straps at the bottom. And this is your XL fire blanket. This bad boy has got some size to it. More than enough to, cover a couple of pans that are on fire. Even if your entire oven has caught fire, this is gonna cover it, a fireplace, what have you. This is gonna handle it. And I also think it's genius that it's so big that you could actually wrap yourself and your loved ones in it and escape a fiery building. Genius when you really think about it. So this is a great product. We talk about tactical, right? This is not an EDC item. This is not something you're gonna use on a day-to-day basis, but it's extremely valuable. You're gonna wish you had it in that moment. I've said this once, I'm gonna say it again. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. If you're not already a member of Crit Club, you should become one. If you don't have a fire blanket in your house, go get one, please. All right, moving on to some more products. The SOG Paris shears. These are the ultimate medical shears. With first responders and preppers in mind, SOG set out to create the most robust and all-encompassing shears on the market. Featuring SOG's innovative compound leverage technology, these shears can cut through materials more easily and quickly than traditional shears, making them an indispensable asset during a high-pressure medical situation. Made of 3CR13 stainless steel and GRN, the SOG Paris shears were crafted for durability and reliability. These shears also include 10 additional tools, further increasing their functionality and utility compared to traditional shears. So here you go. They're gonna come in a box like this. Inside your box you have a nice little carry case with a MOLLE paneling on the back so you can attach it to whatever you want to attach it to. And on the inside you have the most robust shears I've ever seen in my life. So they come folded up. They're super easy to deploy. There you go, right there. This is closed. That's gonna carry. This is ready to use. Look, shears, man, are important for a long list of reasons. Every medical professional that I know is gonna have access to shears. A lot of military dudes that I'm close with also utilize shears, or at least keep them on them at all times. So the last thing you wanna do is get caught in a vehicle and you can't cut the seatbelt off, or you know that someone has suffered an extreme casualty and you're gonna have to cut the pant leg off of somebody in order to gain access to the wound. There's a lot of reasons why shears are important. If you do have a first aid kit at home, I highly recommend that medical shears be a part of that first aid kit. And now you have the most tactical shears of anybody out there. I mean, if you think about it, if you're gonna have shears with tools and shears without tools, you might as well choose the shears with tools, right? They also have a little pocket clip on the outside here, so you don't have to actually use the carry case. You can just EDC it in your pocket, whatever it is. But these things are great. They cut well. You have a little ruler on the side. You have a seatbelt cutter. You've got a knife. You've got a saw. You've got all those little bitty pieces on the inside. And people do use these. These are an incredibly popular product. An extremely ironic experience experience I had recently. So I have a close gym friend of mine who is Ranger Reg, and he's also kind of sort of in the EDC world. So we talk a lot about sort of the products that we carry on a day-to-day basis. And sure enough, we're like squatting at the gym, and he goes, "Oh, you want to see the world's like coolest pair of shears?" And this is what he pulls out. And I was like, that's ironic, because I know for a fact that that's what Crate Club is sending out next month. So he's not a subscriber. He should be, because I know that he likes this kind of stuff. So congratulations, you now own the most robust and comprehensive pair of shears on the market, and I hope that you find use for them. Moving on. Simple Strap. Simplify your life with the Simple Strap, the ultimate reusable tie-down solution for all your fastening needs. From strapping down kayaks, lumber, and fishing gear to making hasty repairs, Simple Strap handles it all with ease. Crafted from 1-inch wide, self-gripping, high-grade thermoplastic elastomer rubber, it works in any condition, wet, cold, hot, dirty, and sandy. Simple Strap can handle up to 400-pound loads with just 4 wraps and can serve as an infinite number of purposes. Just cut what you need from the 20-foot roll and secure anything, anywhere. We've got yet another made in the USA product here, and it is the Simple Strap. Of note, I screwed this up the first time I got Simple Strap, so this is what you received in the box if you got one. This was the sample I received a few weeks ago, same product, just different sizes. I made the mistake of opening this box, not realizing that the Simple Strap was actually designed to stay in the box. So you'll notice that here on the sides, there's actually a little bit of access where you can grab your Simple Strap, pull out however much you want, snip it, and then go to work. That's the idea. That's how it's supposed to be used. So don't open up the whole box thinking, I gotta gain access to my brand new roll of Simple Strap. You already have access to it. Just don't screw up your box like I did. But anyway, Simple Strap. Here's another chunk of it that I've been testing out recently. This is what it looks like. It's just a rubber strap, but at the end of the day, there are so many different ways you can use this thing. Again, I was doing some research on the company that owns this and the guys that created it. It's actually a couple of watermen from Hawaii. I also had to Google what a waterman was, and as you can imagine, it's a guy who works on the water. But specifically, I think that's almost synonymous with like commercial fishermen. These guys spend a lot of time in the water, and they were looking for a solution that they could use for tying down equipment to their canoes and kayaks and random boats that they use throughout their day-to-day lives in Hawaii, right? So they came up with this, because it doesn't matter if it's hot or wet or sandy or dry, you can use this to attach oars and paddles or fishing gear, whatever it is. You tie it down to your boat, you do a couple of wraps, you pull it through, and you're done. It stays there. Simple Strap is genuinely limited to your imagination. I've also seen people use it as like a baseball wrap. So if you have an axe that's starting to fall apart, or if it's just rough on your hands, you could use Simple Strap to wrap it, provide yourself a little bit of extra grip and a little bit of extra comfort there. It's super cool because you can cut it to whatever length you want to. If you just need a few inches, you take a few inches. If you need the whole roll, you take the whole roll. It's super bright yellow, so you kind of have that visibility aspect as well. And then it's reusable. So once you use it once, you just untie it, throw it in your pocket, throw it in your bag, and you still have more Simple Strap to use in the future. So it's genius. I love it. Again, this whole tactical idea that we keep talking about. Is Simple Strap tactical? Yeah, maybe. Like, it's not like Call of Duty tactical, but like you can tactically use it in an infinite number of ways, right? So that's what we're getting at here. It has so much use. And that's the idea here. Crate Club is meant for people who just have a passion for utility, and they want to be useful people. They want to be knowledgeable people, and tools like this help you to be a useful, knowledgeable person. Shout out to Simple Strap. All right, I got two more items to show you, and I'm actually going to pull them out at the same time so we can do a little bit of compare and contrast. So I've got not one, but 2 knives to show you. Check it out. The Contour Feather Adventure Survival Knife. The Contour Feather is a 6-in-1 multi-tool perfect for any outdoorsman, hunter, or survivalist. Featuring a full tang 2-inch fixed blade Bowie knife, fire starter, survival whistle, ceramic sharpener, and hex driver, this multi-tool was designed to serve a wide variety of purposes. The stainless steel blade is 15.5% chromium, making it corrosion resistant and perfect for aggressive outdoor use. And while the VG10 steel blade will hold an edge well, the knife sharpener built into the sheath is always there if you need it. Additionally, the included emergency whistle can produce sounds up to 115 decibels, making it a life-saving feature during a sticky situation. And we've also got the BSD Brooder. Who says you can't have both beauty and functionality? The BSD Brooder, designed by Braden Sweeten, is proof that you can. Braden, who was raised in the Rocky Mountains, truly understands the need for functional gear, and he drew influence from his upbringing in the great outdoors when designing this knife, featuring a slim design, a 3.5-inch VG10 stainless steel blade, and a deep carry pocket. pocket clip, the BSD Brooder is a great EDC option. This folder has an overall length of 7.5 inches and weighs 105 grams, which strikes a great balance between finesse and true brute cutting force. This knife also features a unique blended handle, which is part stainless steel and part micarta. Lastly, a liner lock locking mechanism and a flipper on the backside completes this phenomenal EDC blade. So here at Cricut Club, we like sharp things, and anytime we have the chance to send out something sharp, we do it. This month, we were actually able to send out not one, but 2 sharp things. And they're very different. I think maybe the average person's like, I don't need multiple knives, but if you are in that EDC community and you like sharp stuff, you like knives, you recognize that kind of they serve different purposes, and you might want one for a certain task and one for another, and that's exactly kind of what we have going on here. So the Contour Feather is a very teeny tiny but comfortable and functional fixed blade knife, whereas the BSD Brooder is a flipper or folder that's going to be more appropriate for EDC use. So with your little BSD Brooder, you get this nice little sheath here. This is what this whole thing looks like. It's tiny, right? Like here's my whole hand and here's the whole knife. So you've actually got this little space here, which is your hex driver. You have a area here that says strike on it, if you can see that, and that's actually what you can use as a fire starter in conjunction with the ferro rod that is installed in the sheath itself. So it's super cool because you've got options here. I'm gonna say this is a little bit more outdoorsy, tactical. When you plan to use a knife, this is something you're gonna carry with you. When you're not planning to use the knife, but you wanna have one with you anyway, I would reach for more something like this. Just my personal preference. So you do have a ferro rod on the back. I think everybody has seen a ferro rod at some point. If you haven't, just know that there's gonna be a small coating on the outside. Once you get through that small coating, it's gonna light just fine. Woo! You also have this small V-shaped ceramic sharpener. This is gonna hold an edge well, but in the event that you do need to sharpen your blade, just drag that through a few times. Honestly, like depending on how goofed up your blade is, 5 to 10 strokes is gonna be plenty. As soon as you feel it starting to get smooth, you know that it's gonna be sharp again. We've also got a little clip here, so you can hook it onto your pocket. You can use the eyelets to hook it onto your bag using paracord or whatever it is that you have. And then you have a built-in whistle, because being heard is extremely valuable, especially in an emergency situation. So that was the Contour Feather. If this is not your style, I think the BSD Brooder will be. So fixed blade versus folder, and here she is. I'm a folder guy. I like the EDC stuff. I love slim designs like this because it doesn't take up a whole lot of space in your pocket. It's got the index flipper on the back. You've got the liner lock locking mechanism. Beautiful blade, great shape, super unique handle, right? A lot of people like micarta, some people don't. But this is a blended handle that features some micarta and some stainless steel. So I like that a lot. You do have a tip-up deep carry pocket clip on the outside here. And this is just like everything you need and nothing that you don't for a little EDC blade. It's a great blade. Love the shape, love the feel, love the look. It's everything you need, nothing you don't. Maybe you like both. Maybe you're gonna find a situation for both. Maybe this is the one that stays in your go bag, and this is the one that you put in your catch-all tray and you take it with you to work. My catch-all tray is actually overflowing with pocket knives because I've gotten to the point where I'll like match my outfit to my pocket knife, which sounds ridiculous, but when you have enough of them, might as well, right? But I hope that you found that interesting. I hope you found it entertaining or informative or whatever it might be. This is Cricut Club, man. This is a tactical subscription box, but at the end of the day, it's just a group of people who care about preparedness and readiness, and you can't be prepared or ready if you don't have the right equipment and the right knowledge to use it. So if you thought this was interesting, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions or comments about the products themselves, something you'd like to see in the box in the future, comment down below and let us know. We love interacting with the community. Iron sharpens iron, and that's definitely the mentality we have when it comes to a lot of our Cricut Club subscribers. So I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Austin. Thanks for watching.